New program aimed at giving newborns here in the U.S. a financial boost just got a major donation from two of the wealthiest Texans. Local tech billionaires Michael and Susan Dell announced today they are pledging more than $6 billion to create around 25 million additional Trump accounts for kids across the country. The Dells met with President Trump, as you can see here, earlier today to announce that donation.
This will give millions of dollars, millions of children, middle-class families a stake in American prosperity, a benefit from the rising stock market, and a better shot at the American dream.
Our gift will cover most of the children that are 10 and under that are not part of the federal program, the 0 to 2-year-olds, and who also live in zip codes where the median income is $150,000 or less. And I have spoken with a number of other wealthy Americans, philanthropists, and we are confident that others will join us.
We believe that when children have a future that they can see is worth saving for, then that will help build hope and opportunity and prosperity for generations to come.
And here to provide some more insight into these accounts is Michael Surrey. He is an associate finance professor at the University of Texas at Austin. Professor, welcome and thanks for being with us again today.
Thanks for having me.
We always appreciate you being on our show. So first, can you explain exactly what these so-called Trump accounts are and how they work?
So there's a lot of stuff coming out of the administration these days, but these special accounts are being supported across the political spectrum. You can think of these Trump accounts as IRAs for children. They were created earlier this year under Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, and they're intended to be a long-term wealth-building tool to get kids started down the right path. Now, the way they work is that the money is invested in low-cost index funds, and it grows tax-deferred. In addition, parents can contribute up to $5,000 per year in after-tax dollars. These funds are locked up until the child turns 18. At that point, the account converts into a traditional IRA, and then the child, now a young adult, can use the money for a qualified expense like higher education, buying a first home, or starting a business. Or they can continue to compound their savings, and that's huge. I did some quick math before our segment, and if parents can contribute $1,000 each year and it's matched by their employer, then by the child's 18th birthday, that balance could reach as high as $70,000. If that child continues these contributions as an adult without any withdrawals, the balance could reach over $1.5 million by the time they're in their 50s. Of course, this is the magic of compounding, and the benefits can be quite substantial.
And I understand that families can obviously contribute to these kinds of accounts, but there's also money coming from the government and even some private donations now, as we just explained. So if you could remind us about where that money will be coming from.
So there's actually going to be two major sources. The federal government is trying out a program to provide a one-time $1,000 seed deposit for babies that are born starting in 2025 through 2028. And as we just heard in this morning's announcement, Dell's donation is great news because it provides a $250 seed deposit for up to 25 million children under 10 who were born before the 2025 start date. So it increases the size of the pool of those that can participate. In terms of who qualifies, any U.S. child under 18 with a Social Security number can have one. And in fact, under these current proposals, even if the parents don't sign up for their child, the U.S. Treasury is expected to automatically create these accounts for the kids. And these signups are going to start in 2026, so there's still some time to start planning.
Yeah, that was my next question, is just to remind and reiterate to people when these actually go into effect.
Yeah, they're not operational just yet. The bill passed and became law this past summer, but the official launch date is July 4th, very patriotic, next year. So that's when families can open, activate, and begin contributing, but it does make some sense to start planning now.
We all well know that the Dells are one of the wealthiest families here in the country, and we have seen throughout this second presidential term for President Trump that many wealthy Americans have been giving or donating or investing into different programs that are tied to him. So what should we read into their reasoning for doing this huge donation today?
I mean, I think a couple things. First, the Dells believe that giving children even a modest financial head start can really be transformational. It creates hope, a sense of ownership, and a better chance of maybe going to college or starting a business. Second, I think that this is a great way to encourage other big donors, as we just heard. It's a call to action, and I think that's going to inspire other philanthropists, companies, and wealthy families to join them. And hopefully they will.
All right, that is UT Professor Michael Surrey. Thanks again for joining us and for being here to talk to us.
Thank you, Will.